Je m'appelle.
Sally.
Yeah, so when it's, tu t'appelles comment? You
Je
say-
m'appelle Queen
Je m'a-
Sally.
So I'm learning French and Irish.
Irish.
Yeah, because I told you my friends and I, we did the like 뽑기 thing.
아. 문 닫았지?
Yeah. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I can see it.
No, I didn't get my lip liner on. Come on, go back, River.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's so
리비 거
fun.
빌려줘.
So,
아이 진짜.
No, you're getting beat. Run.
너 머리 너무 새까맣지?
Yeah. I know.
그러면 이 새까맣지 이게 안 새까매?
What?
새까맣지.
Yeah. What, you want me to lie to you?
No. 빨리 타! 가야 돼.
Bro, Luna already torn up my rubbish bin.
what? Already, like some of it was out.
So I got in trouble and then I put my rubbish bin on. Bro. You'll continue to protect us today in Jesus' name, pray amen.
아멘.
We gotta pray that.
드리며 예수님 이름으로 기도합니다.
Amen.
아멘. 아멘.
Amen.
아멘. 아, 차가 너무 많아.
sausage.
소세지가 맛있고.
뾰루치? 뾰루치 났어.
왜? 어디?
크림 발랐어. 이렇게 일단 읽어줄게.
Mama, you re-explained it. Can you
Okay.
tell me?
There was a man named Nicodemus. Nicodemu란 who was a Pharisee and a Jewish leader. And then one night he went to Jesus and said, "Ask question, sir. We know that God has sent you to teach us. You could not work these miracles unless God were with you." 이렇게 asking 말한 거야. So Jesus replied, "I tell you for certain that you must be born from above before you can see God's kingdom." Jesus talked about like a reborn.
No, I know.
Okay.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, that's what we need to think about. Okay. Nicodemus, of course, he was like wondering and asked him again, how can a grown man ever be born a second time? Right? We're born again by Holy Spirit.
I heard that song.
Okay, so yeah. So humans give life to their children, yet only God's Spirit can change you into a child of God. 엄마는 only I can give you a birth. The only Holy Spirit can change you into a child of God. Right? The Spirit is like the wind that blows whenever it wants to. So the sermon was about, becoming a new person by Holy Spirit is same as like the wind. But 그러면 it gives you a question that how can we see that then, right?
Oh, yeah, like how can we listen?
Yeah. Yeah, it is only possible by Holy Spirit itself, right? The born again means actually you change yourself, right? Some of them I believe it, but some of them not, right? You will be in this situation all the time, the rest of your life. They think you're not right.
So, like,
Then 그러면 네 안에서 네가 고민을 하잖아. And sometimes that gives you stress as well. Right?
oh, it's like, why don't they consider?
그런 막 컨플릭트가 있을 때 내 안에서 그런 막 노이즈가 생기는 거야. 그걸 얘기하는 거야. Right? Yeah. You question to yourself, right? 그게 당연하다는 거야. It doesn't mean that like I'm not right. 막 이런 게 아니고 당연한 거야. 그럴 때마다 you ask help, Holy Spirit. Please God, give me a peace. Please God, give me a strength and give me a wise, your wise. 그런 내용이 있지. 그래서 엄마는
Had what?
The life isn't easy, right? And it will be harder and harder as you get older, right? 엄마랑 아빠는 we have more responsibility, right?
Yeah.
그래서 and as even church things now, we all like 아빠 and I were very exhausted lately and we're very struggling.
With well-being.
Yeah, well-being, financially 다 지금 힘든 거 왜냐면 기름값도 지금 오르고 있지, bank interest도 올랐지, 그리고 막 워도 지금 난리가 났지. 그러니까 when you think about other people, even who you don't know,
Yeah.
even on the other side of the earth, they're just dying, right? And all the things around us, it's not easy at
They're
all, right?
always struggling.
Yeah.
There's nobody in the world that has a life that's very sometimes. There's always something going on.
Yeah. 그래서 그런 거를 생각했을 때, I feel like you can't actually stop thinking about that, right? When you think about things and live the life. Yeah, you have to accept it sometimes, right? You just wake up in the morning and you just go to work or go to school, come back home and just live the life, right?
Yeah.
So just to repeat. When you don't care about your spirit,
Yeah.
바이블을 읽고 이렇게 기도하고 해야 되겠다 하면서도 life doesn't go as planned, right?
Yeah.
그래서 그럴 엄마는 this morning이 좀 그랬거든. 그러니까 그래서 오늘 말씀을 들으면서 그렇게 계속 체크를 해야 된다고 내가 자꾸 하나님 앞에 시선을 돌리고 그리고 계속 기도하고 그리고 이렇게 바이블 오늘도 이런 말씀이 없었다면 엄마는 계속 디프레스 상태였을 거 아니야. 그래서 우리가 계속 말씀을 이렇게 봐야 돼. 알았지? Okay, let's pray.
Pray that Mama do well and get up. You'll get strength. And you can talk about God. You'll be strong. You'll show us that you're in the Okay. My bugaboo.
야, 보기만 해도 어지럽다. Stop it.